be sharing my own knowledge, my own knowledge on financial knowledge with everyone here. I think before I start, I'm really going to make this class very interactive, and I will appreciate if every one of us can make it so, because I believe that's the best way to learn. Like, you learn by being part of something, not just by somebody speaking and you're listening. But while someone is speaking, and we have everyone like listening attentively and giving their own contribution, so it actually have a way of making me to understand which part of it you understand very well, and which part of it like that you need more help on. And I think it has a way of guiding everybody and making all us all be on the same page. So first, yeah, we're talking about financial understanding the basic financial knowledge and clear understanding of what is it like. I'm not science based, or I'm not a science student, but yet I want to understand financials. I want to understand how to make my budget. I want to understand how to save. I want to understand how to make money. I love the interactive part before I join. And I love the fact that everyone is saying, oh, I want to know how to make more money. I want to know how to save, invest in stock, diversify my investment. I even want to know, like, how can I plan myself? How can I ensure that I have a good financial plan? And like I do tell people, especially the set of mentees or maybe like any gathering of students I am, one thing I tell in gathering like this is sometimes what we don't know, what I know now in terms of financial knowledge, if I knew that like 10 years back or 15 years back, maybe by now I will be a millionaire in dollars, not in naira, because I understand better on dollar foreign currency investment. I understand diversifying my investments, and I understand how to grow my income. But when we are growing up in the ages we grew up, or let's say we people often don't talk more about financial knowledge, and they don't even in school. We had courses on accounting, finance. We have courses on budgeting, but it wasn't clear on what we should do with our financing. So now, coming to a court like this, and you have an opportunity to learn about financing or saving or budgeting or whatever it is, it should not just be a learning that you just pass by, but it should be a learning that you should integrate as part of your life. It should be something that you should be proud of, and you'll be like, no, I want to make this a lifestyle. And definitely to have a proper way or a very good way of improving your lifestyle. So we're going to go straight to, so should I present, or we have Grace presenting?
I mean, I think you should present.
Okay.
Or do you need help with that?
Okay, I think I should not. So can we all see my screen?
Yes, we see it, ma.
Okay. Okay, first, what do you understand by financial knowledge? What is financial, sorry, what do you understand by financial literacy? What is financial literacy to you? Or what does it stand for? Maybe I'll quickly love one or two points in the chat box. What do you understand? What is financial literacy in your own time? I have mine here. Yeah, I've shown it, but I just want to have an understanding of what we understand by financial literacy. I'm reading. What is financial literacy? Nesters.
I mean, we're no longer seeing your slide now. We are seeing
Yeah,
your,
I
okay,
know.
great. All right.
Yes, yes, yes. I know. It's because I want to read. Yeah, I know. Okay, ability to grow and manage money. Good. Okay, from income to management. Good. To me, it means understand everything concerning finance. Great. I love that. So I love the fact that we actually understand what financial literacy is, like the ability. So I'm going to read a slide and explain now. So is the ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills, including personal financial management, budgeting, and investing. So which means for me to say, oh, I'm financial literate. I understand all my financial skills, even if it's the basics. I understand what is my own personal financial management, what is budgeting, and how can I budget properly as a person. Then how do I invest? What can I even invest in? What is investment? What are the things to invest in? What are the things to look forward to when investing? So being financially literate allow an individual to be better prepared for specific financial roadblocks, which in turn decreases the chance of personal economic distress. So like we all know, for those of us that are in Nigeria currently, Nigeria is facing a big economic downturn. Inflation is on the rise. MPR is constantly being increased. The prices of food in the market is crazily high. It has never been this high before. People cannot even afford to buy the basic food. You cannot even afford to eat what is basic. So right now, everyone is asking, what is here? So how did we find ourselves here? Even people that are now earning, right? Like I was reading a chart yesterday, and somebody was saying 10,000 is now 1,000, which is true realistically, because if you have 10,000 and you have to buy something now, before you pay one or two things, the money is all gone. And you'll be asking yourself, wow, exactly did I spend? So, which means financial management, personal financial management is not a thing of learning, is a thing of application. You need to apply and properly plan. Budgeting is, oh, I have 10,000. How do I want to spend this 10,000? To ensure that everything I need to get, I'm able to get it, and I'm able to plan this money within my level of income. So achieving financial literacy is crucial in today's society due to everyday facets of life, such as student loan, mortgage, credit card, investment, and health insurance. So which means like it encompass our total well-being, not just from feeding, eating, spending, but even about our financial health, about investment, credit card, like what do you have access to? What can you spend for? What can you buy? What do you have? What's your limit? All those things encompass like our financial knowledge, financial literacies, and what we need to know to help us plan, spend, and save better. So what are the financial literacy indicator? So we have some indicators that show I like these are the basic things I should be aware of and how to live my life. Like, when they say an indicator of something that indicates, oh, you have the proper, you're like an umbrella of something, or I have the proper umbrella that embrace the whole financial literacy knowledge. So we have the financial knowledge and skills, which we're going to talk about today, and how we're going to apply it to our daily being, daily spend, and whatever we do. So we have attitude towards finance and money. How do you behave? Like I was telling someone, okay, let's say for instance, you get a job now, your current salary is 200,000, right? Or your current monthly salary, let me start from 100,000. So you earn 100,000 per month. So which means at the end of every month, you plan whatever you're doing, everything you spend, everything you do around 100,000. And in 6 months, you're able to increase your skills, learn new skills, learn an in-demand skills, and you're able to get a better job. So from 100,000, you get a job that pays you 500,000. What happened? What changes? Just the number. But how do you change in terms of your attitude, in terms of your thinking, in terms of your rotation, in terms yourself towards that change increase. So that shows like what attitude do you like, what attitude do you bring when it comes to finance and money? How do you ensure that fine, I'm earning well, so what should change? I should save more. What should change? I should increase my lifestyle, or I should change my lifestyle. Or yeah, before I was living like someone that earned 100,000, now I'm earning 500,000. I need to behave like someone that earned 500,000. So how do you allow this to actually affect you? So that's part of a financial literacy indicator. Then financial behavior, definitely we have, like I said, you earn 100,000, and you can earn 100,000 and every month consistently save 20,000 at a growing compounding interest rate. And at the end of the year, you'll be bold like, okay, if you are saving it in a bank and it's not growing, and you are saving 20,000 naira every month. So at the end of the year, you should be able to say, oh, I have 240,000, right? But imagine you're saving it and it's compounding at an interest rate, and at the end of the year you're able to say, oh, with my interest compound, I have 230, I have 240,000, I have 260,000, depending on the interest saving platform you use. So which means you have good attitudes towards finance and money, you are able to earn and save. Then again, you're able to earn and save. Then again, you have good financial behavior. What's your financial behavior towards money? Then how do you manage your financial risk? Everybody in everything in life involve financial risks. Like everything that has to do with money involve financial risk. Is either I spend it, I earn it, or I save it. So how do you play around all the financial risks that you have in front of you? Then you also have financial culture. What's your culture when it comes to finance? Do you have a saving culture? Do you have a spending culture? What do you do when it comes to finance? Then the use of e-finance. We have a lot of electricity. I said electronics finance medium now. So how do you use it? Then what's your financial awareness? How aware are you in terms of financial? So all these are financial risks. So first, we are going to go to the fundamental components of financial literacy. So what is, everybody wants to know, how do I budget? How does budgeting affect me as a nester? How does budgeting affect me as a STEM individual, as a STEM student? How does budgeting affect me as an individual? So budgeting involves estimating your revenue, which is your income and expenses, over a specified period of time. So budgeting involves, how do you estimate? Oh, let's say we are in August. So we have 5 months from this month, inclusive of this month, right? We have 5 months to end the year. So what kind of skill, or what kind of business, or what kind of, oh, I'm working, I'm a salary earner. How much do I expect to make? That's my income. From now to December, how much am I expecting to make? How much money am I expecting to come to me? Then what are my expenses over these 5 months? So that by December, I'll be able to come together and say, oh, I've been able to make XYZ, I'll spend XYZ, and this is what I have left. So budgeting is a tool that actually help you to plan your finance. It's actually a, you are estimating in your head that, oh, I'm expecting money, or you're estimating in your head that I need more money. But no, you
Just to be sure, this is not us, right? This is Wumi.
Yes, I can't also
Okay, you
hear.
can't
Yes,
also
ma'am.
hear. Great. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure that she has a network issue. Let me drop her off the call and see if she can come back. I've just dropped her. Oh, I'm calling. Yes, to be sure. So she'll join us in a bit. Uh, and then while she's joining, I just like to ask that the um sessions, the previous sessions, are now available on YouTube. On YouTube, on Prala YouTube, will be shared. Um, these sessions. You can please go back watch as we prepare for the summit. Welcome back, Ome. Let me know if you can hear, please. Good. Okay, cool. You're back now.
Yeah, sorry, my network just went off.
It's
Okay,
okay.
okay, sorry.
I'm happy to share a screen for you. Is this something that this help?
No, no, no. Yeah, okay, it's fine. I can do it.
Okay then.
Okay, so like I was saying, um, okay, so in general, so I was talking about budgeting, right? So budgeting involve planning your income, how much are you expecting to earn, then how much are you expecting to spend. Then because it's actually have a way of helping you, because when you know how much you are expecting and how much you're going to spend, it has a way of helping you to pay off all existing debt. Let's say for instance, you have some track of debt that you're paying off, so it actually give you an insight to, oh, how much am I paying off, then how much more money do I have aside that I can save and invest. So then we talk about investing, which is also another fundamental component of financial literacy. So investing is a way of saving. You can actually save either for a short term or long term. But the reason why we focus on investing for long term is short term investments actually have like smaller expected return. Because let's say, for instance, you're saving for 3 months, you're saving for 6 months, you are the let's say the interest you're expecting from this is way shorter or smaller than an interest you look forward to if you're saving for a year, 2 years, 3 years. So investing in a long time asset actually allow your money to grow and it compound over time. So learning about investment components allow an individual to make smarter decision, which can help increase your inflow of income. So let's say, for instance, as an individual, you learn how can I invest? What can I invest in? What investment opportunity are available? I need to learn about. Sorry, can you still hear me?
Yes, ma. Yes,
Please,
I
can you
hear
see?
you, ma. Yes,
Okay.
ma.
Can you? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So then also another fundamental component of financial literacy is borrowing. So you're thinking what and what. So you need to know that, because definitely borrowing is part of life, right? One thing I try to tell my audience, or whenever I have opportunity to speak, is if you say, oh, I want to live loan free, I don't want to borrow money, I don't want to be involved in borrowing, then you're not ready to take any risk, or you're not ready to grow. Because the truth is, growing or increasing or growing, like not just as a student, not just as a person, but growing in all aspects of life, actually involve you like being involved in some financial risk. Because it's either you're growing your income, is either you're growing your wealth, is either you're growing your earning, is either whatever means. Oh, I want to involve in business, I want to do a business, definitely you need some money. Oh, I want to involve, I want to grow my level of income, I want to learn a new skill, so you need money to do things at any point in time. But understanding the concept of borrowing and how how much do I require to borrow? Then how do I pay back? Because ensuring that borrowing is done effectively, understand, oh, I'm borrowing money from a bank, from a microfinance bank, from an individual, from a venture company, from a debt company, or whatever. What interest rates? How is this interest rate compounding? Then what is the value of money? Because the time value of money, understanding this excess is actually very important. Understanding that, oh, it might, like I said, using my first example, saying, oh, you earn 100,000, you want to borrow 20,000. If you borrow 20,000 last year, as a last year September, 20,000 last year September is different from 20,000 this year, because inflation has eaten up the money. Like inflation has affected the worth and the value of the money. So then what's the payment period? Then what's the loan structure? So all these are crucial fundamental components of financial literacy. So also you need to understand taxation. So taxation is also a fundamental component of financial literacy. So what is taxation? How does it affect me? If you're an individual, either you own a company or you work with a government organization, you will be taxed at any point or another. It's either you are taxed based on your salary, or if you are buying an item like so there is a direct tax, there is indirect tax. So direct tax is you are taxed monthly based on the salary that you earn, but there is indirect tax based on basic commodities you are buying. You're buying things from the market. There's actually, or you are buying an item that has already been taxed from another source, so which means the tax is passed to you and you are paying another form of tax. So taxation is compulsory financial charge or some type of levy imposed on the taxpayer, which is an individual, or a legal entity by government organization in order to fund various public expenditure. So sometimes we ask, how do our governments make money? We know that, yeah, all we know, we listen to is they talk about billions, billions invested in this, billions in buying this. So how do they get this money? So taxation is actually in ways in which government generates income. So government generates income from the taxes. They tax you. You are paying payee on your salary. You are paying withholding on your salary. You are paying VAT, VAT, value added tax for like one or two things you're buying. You own a legal entity. You're paying company income tax. So these are ways in which government tax you, and these are part of your own obligation to government. So which means it's part of the money you're paying back. So awareness of different income tax rates permits economic stability and increase financial performance through income management. So which means, say, oh, I earn 100,000, or my employer only apply payee. So which means at the end of the year, at the end of the month, 100,000 does not come to you because this money is taxed. So you need to understand, oh, I'm paying this. So how much do you actually earn? They now help you to think about what to invest or what to spend on. The last year is personal financial management. So personal financial management, sorry, financial security is ensured by balancing the mix of financial components above to solidify and increase investments and saving while reducing borrowing and debt. So which means we've talked about taxation, we've talked about budgeting, we've talked about investing, we've talked about borrowing and savings. So all these actually encompass personal financial management. So financial management is actually how you manage your finances. What are the finances that is associated to you as an individual? So we've spoken about budgeting, we've spoken about savings, we've spoken about borrowing, we've spoken about taxation. So understanding all this actually have a way to help you manage your financials. So achieving an in-depth knowledge of financial components discussed above guarantees an increase in individual and financial literacy. So before I continue, because I need to be sure I'm not speaking to myself. So we are moving to budgeting now. We are moving to budgeting now. So can somebody explain to me what they understand by budget? We've spoken about it, but now I want to explain it in detail. So what do you understand by budget? So please, Ibukonlu.
Yes, good afternoon, ma. Budgeting is a systematic
Good
breakdown.
afternoon.
I said budgeting is a systematic breakdown of whatever you want to like invest in. So based on your income, maybe monthly or in a year, so you try and make make list of what you really want to invest in and what your savings should look like. Thank you.
Sorry, I can hear you.
Hello, ma. Hello, ma.
I'm not sure she can hear Ibukun. Let's give it time. Let's give it time. I'm not sure that she can hear. Wumi, let me know when. Oh, yeah, you're back now. Can you hear? Okay, I'm going to try to bump her out of the call so she can join again. Okay, I just did that. So we can, I mean, you can still see the screen that I'm sharing, right? So I'd like to ask a
Yes.
question. Right, I'd like to ask a question. When she talked about the concept of taxation, what was your biggest reflection around that? She made an interesting point around government are always talking about big money. Did you ever think that the 7.5% that they remove from humans is what amounts to that big money? Response. Responses,
Good afternoon,
please.
ma.
Good afternoon, Ibuku.
Yes, ma. I think it's not only the tax that the government gets their income from, like all these importing and exporting stuffs too. So not only citizen taxes, but like the oil and gas industry and even the solid minerals too. So government, there are various ways in which government gets their income, not only the taxes that they remove from citizens. Thank you, ma.
Right. Thanks. But did you really and thanks, you are very correct. But my point is, did you ever think that the 7.5% could amount to billions? Because you can't get,
Yes, ma.
obviously, you
Yes,
can't
ma.
get something from one source. But did you ever
Yes.
think about it that way? So when the government say pay your, oh wow, she's there. When the government say pay your taxes, especially for countries that work, for developed country, this is most of the bulk of money comes from trade, like Ibukun said, but also from taxation, right? Wumi, welcome back. If it will help,
Okay,
okay, yeah, you're back.
thank you.
Yeah. Oh no. Can you hear? Ouch. Wumi, can you hear?
No, ma.
Oh no. The rough patch with network today. Wumi, can you hear? So I'm going to have to remove her again. And I think it becomes increasingly difficult actually to even for her to log in. Anyway, so yes, it's but I hope you realize that taxation is a huge part of that money because trade is mostly by exchanges, right? Because it's profits that the government get from trades, not necessarily that all of the money that they spend that they so I buy a barrel of oil, I sell a barrel of oil, and all of that money to the barrel of oil becomes income. No, it's the profit of it that becomes what the government has. In working economies, the huge part of government spend comes from two places: foreign exchanges and income. And foreign exchange is always based on value, the value of the currency, the value of the goods or services that you're importing as an entity. And then the second biggest one is from tax. So when you hear a state like Lagos State saying they are spending taxpayers' money, it is the truth. Governments make trillions in foreign exchange on taxes. So imagine the sheer number of capital that is available to economies that work. Yeah. And then she also talked about, I'm not a financial expert though, but I know one or two things. She also talked about borrowing. And she said that there is no point. In fact, it reads here, say in most cases, almost every individual is required to borrow money at one point in their life. Do you believe this?
Uh, Personally, I have my reservation with respect to that because I just believe I should live a debt-free life. No matter what I want to do, no matter that investment, I rather seek collaboration instead of going to borrow.
Right. But do you know, okay, everybody's giving you thumbs up. I'll come back to this conversation. But this is actually a fact. If you want to grow, borrowing must be part of the option. We'll come to it. Please all the thoughts because we also want to ask her. There are some large scale businesses that you cannot do even by collaboration. Borrowing is typically one of the quickest way to growth. May you're back or not? Okay, while we wait for her to come back. So thinking about in terms of growth and in terms of scale, the money is even the taxpayers' money that the government have, or maybe profits that organization make, is not going to be kept in steel and irons, right? That's where the concept of borrowing becomes important because this is how money is recycled. The way your salary is paid could actually be from borrowing. Umi, do you want to turn off your camera? Will it help with bandwidth? If you turn off your camera and then we just leave with the audio. Turn off your camera. Let's try. Now speak and
Oh,
let's share.
okay. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, please. We can
Can
hear
you
you.
hear me
Yes.
now?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Go
okay,
ahead. Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
All right.
Let's see. The internet has been crazy since last week Thursday, and it's fine. I pray we can manage it on. Okay, so you're sharing the slide now, right?
Yes, I am. And I'll move to the slide you were on. I was just trying to get them into a conversation. But you can hear, you can see budget now. Please go ahead. What do we do to this internet today? Can you still hear me?
Oh,
Okay, Humi, we are here. We can hear you now.
yeah, I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I
Go
can hear
ahead
you
then.
too. Yeah, I said, please, can you move to the next slide? Or I'm still seeing fundamental components of financial literacy.
Okay,
Have you
no,
moved
I'm
it to
on.
budgeting or
Yes, I'm
it's
on
me?
building a budget.
Okay, then I can't see it.
You can say, okay, use your slide, then I can work with it. Can every other person see building a budget?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Seriously, then it's my
Okay, you know what? I'm
internet.
going to stop sharing and then I will start sharing again.
Okay, yeah, I can see it now. I can see it. Thank you. So I guess it's my internet. I can see it super soon. Okay, so like I said, can everyone still hear me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. So how do you build a budget? So as stated, budget is a planning tools that help you as an individual to know what you make and what you spend. So I've said that earlier on. It's just something that you used to plan. So we used to talk about this 50-30-20 rule. And this 50-30-20 rule is actually a rule that we recommend that everyone should endeavor to use to help them plan their income properly. So, which means we say you put 50% of your money towards need, 30% of your money towards wants, and 20% towards savings. I'm going to say this again. 50% of your money is recommended to be your need, like spend it on your needs, 30% towards wants, and 20% towards savings. So, which means every month you're expected to save at least 20% of your salary every month. 20% of your income, 20% of everything you earn that is profit to you. So with this, you are able to grow your income. So what is your need? We know your need is your house rent. You need to pay house rent because if you don't rent a house or stay somewhere, you cannot survive. So which means you need to live somewhere. So you pay your house rent. What is your need? You need to eat food. To exist, you need to feed. So you are spending 50% of your income into your house rent, into your food, into shelter, feeding, accommodate, anything that has to do with you existing is what you need to survive. So you need to survive with living, accommodation, like anything that has to do with you existing. So if you are schooling, so let's say for instance, you are attending a course now. A course now can form part of your need because it's actually part of what bring you to become a better version of yourself. So you can still add that to your need. So your need is you pay your rent, you're feeding, you're taking a course, a professional course, something like, oh, you want to become like, you want to earn more money. So you need to learn a skills. You need to grow your level of income. So you can add this to your need. The reason why I don't want to put this in your wants is I want something. So I may decide not to do it. Although learning is also part of your wants, but depending on how much we are looking at. But need is your survivor skill, like your survivor, like you need it to survive. If you don't have this, you cannot survive. So 50% of your income goes to it. Then want is I want this to live, like is essential for me to live. So for instance, I want
I think she's been bumped out again. Um, and interestingly, my own system is also frozen. So I can't even bump out. So let's just wait this out. There are days like this. Let's. Are you back now?
yes, yes, sorry.
Okay. So we're
Okay, I
going to
changed my
wrap
internet
it up.
before, but I'm back
I
to
don't.
using it.
Yeah. So let's wrap this up in like 15 minutes because I'm not sure that the internet will get better, so we can run quickly.
Okay, no
All
problem.
right. Yes, ma'am.
So, like I said, 20% of your income towards savings. So here is how to make a budget in 5 steps. So I talk about how do you make a budget? You list your income. What are the income I'm expecting? What are the income that I'm supposed to have? Then you list your expenses. What am I supposed to spend on? Subtract your expense from your income. So you keep a track of your transactions. The next month you go again. So which means for this month, oh, we're in the month of August. So how much am I expecting at the end of August? How much am I expecting to spend? Then how can I subtract my expense from my income? Then how can I track all my transactions for the month? The next month we go again. So next slide, please.
I've moved it.
Okay, so then now we move to debt management. What is debt management? So debt management is money you owed or money that is due to someone, or like okay, like money that is due to someone. So how do you keep to proper debt management? How do you ensure that properly you are able to manage your debts? It is still, we are talking about budgeting, where we're coming from to make and stick to a budget. So the core component of any debt management plan is your budget. Everyone needs a budget, but that's especially true if your goal is to avoid debt collectors and negative effects on your credit scores. If we know credit scores is not usually used in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we don't build credit scores. For everyone that is outside Nigeria, we know credit scores is effective for you to have a good debt management profile. So which means you need to have like a line of credits which you can tap from, you can get money from, and you need to pay them as I when due. So if you are properly paying your credits as I when due, it's build your credit scores, and it's also build an amount you have access to. Like we know in Nigeria, we all like Nigerian actually struggle to get basic things. I was speaking to someone and the person was talking about even getting a proper phone. Getting a phone in Nigeria is like you have to pay through your nose. Not even now that is inflation, things are getting high. But if you're outside the country, you can actually access a phone if you have a good credit scores. Let's say for instance, you've been able to build a good credit scores, you know how much credit you can access to buy a phone, and you've been able to build your credit score because you have like a good line of paying back. And the earlier you pay back, the easier it is for you to get more money. Next slide, please. So debt repayment techniques. So this is showing like we talk about debt management, then how effective can you manage your debt as a student? How can you pay off? How can you get money and pay off so that at least you build your credit scores? Because fine, we're talking about we now have like a track to manage our credit scores in Nigeria, but outside Nigeria, this is essential. So first, you take account of your accounts, make a list of all your outstanding debts, including the interest rates on each of them, and be able to determine which one are causing you the most financial pain. Let's say, for instance, you have 2 or 3 outstanding debts. You list it. So which one has like the highest interest rates? That should be like a priority to pay back, because the higher the interest rates, the higher the interest rates, the better you can pay back, so you can gain your financial freedom and know, oh, I'm done paying this. Then check your credit reports. For instance, for those that have like aligned to credit scores, so you should be able to use your credit reports to see what you have outstanding, then how do you ensure to repay. Then be honest about your spending. If your debt feels overwhelming, it is worth to take an honest look at what you're spending each month. Are there expenses you can cut back on or eliminate? Part of this reduces your debts. It limits any additional debts you can take on. Then figure out how much extra you can make. So I think I still have a slide that talk about how to make extra money. So because if you are building a budget, you have to quickly learn. Okay, so what do I have? What's my current stream of income? How much can I quickly pay back? Then what other opportunities do I have? Then also determine how to manage your debt reduction strategy. Debt is not something you sit on or you do like a long time planning. The earlier you can pay, the better. So which means if you've been able to plan your debts, it's the better you can pay back, the quicker and the more freer you become. So how you attack your debt is up to you. The two most popular strategy that the two most popular strategies that help in paying off balances when it comes to debt is, like I said, tackle first the higher interest rates, then check the lower one later. Because if you are able to pay off the higher interest, if you have a debt, like, yeah, debt strategy is a lot of topics. It's actually a topic on its own, because it's not something like because right now I'm using interest rates, I'm using techniques, I'm using some terms, which means we should actually further break down. But managing the time we have for this class, I'm just going to like ensure that we know the basics. So then subsequently we can elaborate on anyone that we need explanation on. Next slide, please. So the next is financial goal setting. So how, as an individual, do you ensure that you properly set your financial goals so that at least you can achieve? Because what everyone aspires to do is to get to financial freedom. Everyone wants to be free. Everyone wants to get to a space whereby you have like a line of investments that is yielding income for you. You also have like a constant monthly income that is paying off for you. Then you are free of debts. You are not owing anybody. You don't know that, oh, I have line of debt, I have a lot of people I'm owing. Then you are clear on your financial goals, and you can achieve more financial freedom. So what are financial goals? So like financial goal provide a clear roadmap guiding you towards your desired financial destination. So which means not even financial, everything we do in life requires a goal. Whatever we do, whatever we take on, wherever we go, we require to set a goal. So as much as we set a goal for our financial life, for our career, our purpose, our existence, we also need to set a goal for our financial, like for our financial plan. So financial goal provides a clear roadmap guiding you towards your desired financial destination. This gives you a sense of direction, ensuring your financial decision align with your long-term objective. Financial goal also serve as a powerful motivator, keeping you engaged and committed to your financial journey. So if you know you are, let's say for instance, at the beginning of this year, your plan is at the end of December, I want to have 1 million naira in my bank account. So how do you 1 million naira in savings at the end of December? So what do you do to ensure that at the end of December, this 1 million is not just like plan, fat saying, is something you have. So which means you need to think of your income level. There are two types of income. We have active income and we have passive income. What is active income? Active income is money you generate while you're actively working, 9 to 5. You work under somebody. Money that you earn every month is your active income. You earn it by working. You don't earn it by not working. Then what is passive income? Passive income is money you earn without putting in active work. It is perfect way to make some extra cash on the side if you have a full-time job. So passive income is money, like I said, it can be money you earn while sleeping. It can be money you earn. Why not putting in active? Why not doing the normal 9 to 5? So it's money you earn. So which means as for your financial goal to be achievable, you need both. You need both the active income and the you need both the active income and the passive income. You need to have an active money that comes in every month. Then you need to have something extra that accumulates your active money, so which actually increase your financial flow. So for your active income, like I always say, don't forget the 50-30 rule. 50 to needs, 50% to needs, 30% towards wants, and 20% towards savings. So if we're now talking about saving, what can you save on? How can you diversify your active income? Because like I said, your active income, remember, you have 20% towards saving. So this 20% that you have towards savings, what do you do with it? Do you just put it in an account? But how do you save? So first, you can save in stock. There are different stocks you can save in. We have the foreign stock, we have the local stock. Currently, we have almost all banks in Nigeria opening, selling shares. So these are ways you can save. These are ways you can earn more money. These are ways you can become part of a company. I was explaining to some group of individuals last week about the Fidelity Bank shares. Fidelity Bank shares is currently sold at 9 naira 75 kobo. So which means, and the minimum stock you have to buy, the minimum you can buy is 1,000 units. That's 9,975 naira. So imagine you just save 9,975 naira somewhere. This actually give you an opportunity to be a part of the shareholder of Fidelity Bank, which means you invested in that company's stock. As little as that money is, that's like 10,000 naira. It gives you like a power or power of which every shareholder of Fidelity Bank will exercise. Then at the end of the year, so note, money that you save, like I do tell, if you want to invest in stock, ensure is not money that you want in short-term investment. It's something that you want in long-term investment. Not like, oh, I invest, let's say for instance, you invest in Fidelity Bank's the stock of 9,975 naira this month. And by next month, you are looking to cash out. You are looking to get your money. You are looking to get money out. No, if you invest this, that means you are looking to get that money back in 10 years, in 5 years, in 3 years, in 2 years. Like it's a long time, something that is above 1 year. It's not something of immediate, so that you can give that stock time to grow, time to increase. So saving in stock is actually important. You can also save in foreign stock. For instance, as at 2022, Facebook stock was sold at $119. As at 2022, Facebook stock was sold as $119, which is very low, right? Is high. I don't want to use the word low, but if you think of the exchange rate in 2022, that's achievable if you actually put in your plan to it. But as at last 2 months, when I was checking, I've not checked of recent, last 2 months when I was checking, Facebook stocks cost $504. Note, 2 years ago, 2022, it cost $119 for one stock. Now, just 2 years later, it costs $504. So imagine you've constantly invested in it. Imagine as at then you have like you are opportune to own a stock, and now 2 years later the stock is like three times. And considering the exchange rates, that's also a lot of money. So diversifying your investment by saving in stock is actually a good deal. It save your money and it allow your money to grow. Also, you can save, you can diversify your investment to real estate investing. Real estate, like they say, is the new oil. Like, it makes a lot of money. A lot of people invested in real estate as at last year, last 2 years, let's say as at 300, 400,000. Now it's costing over 10 times of what you invested in. Like I tell people, you may not be able to have like a bulk of money right now to invest in real estate, but there are some plan with some real estate there are some plan with some real estate vendor or some developer, let me use that word, that allow you to save in bits. I think I was reading about an organization in Lagos that owns like block of flats and allow people to own at small as 20,000 naira investment. They have landed property, they invested in blocks of flats. If you have as low as 20,000 naira, you can invest, you co-own that flat, and they will let you know like what is the interest rate you get on your money over a period of time. So when it comes to real estate investment, there are different platforms, there are different forums, but just ensure like by ensuring you want to save at least 20% of your saving, you can diversify some of this to real estate. Also, agriculture is like it's another real oil for Nigeria because it's safe. I was speaking to someone and we were talking about how saving in ginger, as low as like ginger, garlic and ginger, as much like how much it can yield. A lot of people, I know there was a time I did a lot of agric investment. That was last year, last 2 years, and I know how much you get it. You try and get it during season when like let's say during rainy season you can invest in a lot of, then during dry season you can resell. So there are a lot of agriculture investment platform of which you can save, but please ensure you do your due diligence because there are a lot of company that they are into agriculture investment, that different forum, livestock, breeds, different thing. But these are investment platform where you can actually have yield or good investments in the future. Also, we have trading. There are some people that what they want to diversify, how they want to diversify their investments is by trading. They have people that need money, they want to trade with their money, then they will get this money back. We have people that they want to trade with their money, then let's say they have like a plan, after a year you get particular interest on whatever amount of money you put into it. There are also other side businesses, so there are different ways that you can diversify your investments. Next slide, please. Also, okay, so also so the first slide just talk about the active income. Like we talk about your active income, then what how you can save, then what are the opportunities you can save in. Now I want to speak on passive income. So do you work 9 to 5 and wonder what kind of passive income you can earn from? So we explore some together. First, learn a skills. Thank God for this opportunity, like what Pro Ali is doing. I know there are a lot of um opportunities for you. I know two not have the details, right? But there are a lot of different media which you'll be exposed to in terms of learning a skills and other skill you can learn from. Like I tell fresh graduates or like people that are just graduating from school or while you're waiting to serve or during your NYSC year, please ensure you learn a skills. Even though you are not in Nigeria, if you are outside the country, ensure you learn a skill. We cannot overemphasize the importance of learning a skills. They are different medium and people earn from it. So these are passive income. You don't have to actively put in effort to, right? But you are earning from it. Some of this passive income even is even more than your active income. So what kind of skill can you learn? We have digital marketing. Digital marketing has taken over now, is everywhere. People are into digital marketing, this digital marketing, that is a lot. And like there are a lot of medium you can learn digital marketing. Even like I was speaking to a friend and he was saying there are even like different free version that you can learn. You don't even have to pay, that you can improve your digital marketing skills. Also, we have the social media skills. A lot of influencers, you know how much they make. You know, like no, I'm not even talking about the popular one. Even just the small one that are just starting, but yes, they are making hell of money because they can use the social media properly. They are able to influence through Instagram, Twitter, different platform, Thread, Facebook, and you are earning money from it. So if you have a good social media and you can do like good social media, maybe public relation, selling, like do different thing on social media, is a good learning platform. Also, we have robotics and automation. Robotics is now like tech is the order of the day. So learn a skill in tech is actually something that make good money, good passive income. Also, we have artificial intelligence, AI. Everybody's talking about it. Now you can ask Meta on WhatsApp, tell me this. People are even going for interview now. They are using chat GPT. People don't want to like, you can now ask anything online and you can get response. Also, content marketing. People are looking for content creation. I saw somebody share an advert for me last week and I sent it to one of my mentee that talks about a content marketing for a company that will be earning $800 per month. And the lady was like, "Oh, mom, even me, that I'm an accountant, a finance manager in a company, I'm not earning up to this when we convert to Naira." So to tell you how important tech skill is and how it's good when it converts to money. Also, virtual assistants. We have a lot of busy executives that are looking for people to manage their calendar, manage their time, help them manage their life, because people are very busy and they hardly have time for basic things. It's just like when Grace reached out to me to remind me for this class. The truth is, I've been so overwhelmed with a lot of things. I knew, yeah, there was a class schedule, but I've forgotten about it. But imagine I have a virtual assistant that is into details and ensuring that, oh, please, Omomi, you have a class scheduled for Wednesday by 12 o'clock for Nexus. So it's helped me plan my time. So that's what virtual assistant does. And there are a lot of free avenue for you to learn all these skills. Also, I talk about agriculture. We've spoken about that before. Then start a business. Also, business can be a passive income. Then consult with your skills. There are a lot of us that have good skills. Like some of you, you have good skills that you can convert your skills into income. There are some people that you can just do things. Let's say plumbing. um you can do things, fashion, catering, bake cake, do pie, do like different things. You have skills, so consult with your skills. It's also passive income for you, and is a good way to increase your financial earning, to increase your goals, and to increase your wealth. Next slide, please. Oh, okay, I think that's the end. um okay, I think we've come to the end of the class. I think one thing I'm just going to leave everyone with is, please ensure, like I do tell everyone, ensure while you're growing your career cadre, while you're increasing and you really want to grow, because right now, the generation, the new generation, Z, Y, Alpha, that's the latest one that we have now, is everyone wants to make more money. So while you're looking to make more money, ensure you also increase your skill. You have a skill to offer. What do you have that people want to learn from? What do you have that people are anxiously looking forward to? That, oh, please, this thing very well, teach me, I'm willing to pay for it. And I hope I've been able to convince you, but not to confuse you, that it is important to learn a skill. It is important to set financial goal, and budget is a key tool for you to survive. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wumi. Can your camera come on? Let's test, because my own screen is frozen, so I can't even do anything right now. Can your camera? Oh,
Yay.
yay! I wanted you on screen when we clap for you. Thank you. Amazing. Really, really thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate the time. I know that we have questions. At least I have one question that I had steered the class to start thinking about. So, but let's take questions before I really thank Wumi for this amazing collapsing financial knowledge into 10 or less slides. Let's take questions. Please, if you have questions, raise up your hand so that question will not be given better question. Let's go. Okay, any other person? Just two and three. All righty. Thank you. So, Anthony, go for it. Can somebody try to like stop my screen sharing? My screen is just messed up. Frozen. Anthony, go ahead, please.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, Madam Maumi. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. So I have some few questions here on my notes. The first one here is which interest saving platform can you recommend to us? And then I will want you to explain more on the e-finance. And then the third question is what can one do when he or she cannot repay the loan at due time or when due? And then when a student who does not have source of income, is it advisable for a student who does not have a source of income to take loan? So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Should we? Okay, so we should take it one by one, right? Or we want to
No, I
take
think we should
all the
take all the
questions?
questions
Yeah,
to
we'll
make
do.
for
Oh,
time.
Grace is noting them. Sorry.
Grace, please note the questions. Anthony, you can also put it in the chat box if it's something that you
Yeah,
can do quickly.
yeah.
Abdul Samad, please go for it.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. Thank you for this wonderful presentation. I really enjoyed every bit of it. My question goes around I've observed that when rich men want to start a business, they find it very, very easy to get loan from the bank. But for someone that is very, very young and you have a business idea and I see that most of those people don't really get the loan that the rich men do get. For example, Dangote refinery, for instance, he was able to get some loan for him to set up the refinery. But for someone like me, let's say, okay, that I don't really have much like Dangote, how can I get a loan? And for instance, I have a business idea. How can I get that loan for that business? Thank you, ma.
James Emmanuel, let's take your questions, please.
Okay, good afternoon, Miss Omumi. Thank you very much for this eye-opening session. And anything that has to do with finance, I'm like loving it. Yeah. So okay, let me go to my straight to my question. Actually, we spoke about investments, as investing in different opportunities like agriculture, trading, real estate. So, okay, let's say for agriculture, for instance, there are many um, areas that one can invest in, but is there like a specific platform? Because I've seen many cases where some people enters, what I like put it, we call them 419 or scammers. Someone like me, I've invested before in some of those things. At the end of the day, it's a scam. So they say that I not go through the right platform, but you always see this thing, and you always see these people that they look so convincing. So how do you invest in such things? How do you know the right people to meet, like who to consult for such investment? Then the second one is okay. I know that there's this shares going on with GT Bank, FCMB, but most people don't have the knowledge of what this stock or shares is all about. So if you can, I know you spoke about leaving it for a good number of years for it to mature and for you to really benefit from the investment. Well, with the way the economy of the country is, would exchange rates also affect this? Can it affect the stock negatively? Like, is it possible for someone to invest and lose all his money due to exchange, or let me say, not get any profit? Though I know that is okay. For instance, in cryptocurrency, some people new projects will come out. Some people will buy a particular uh, cryptocurrency, but after a while it will crash and they lose the whole investment, they lose the whole money. So how do we go about all this sort of investment? Do we rely on previous financial data only, or are there other analysis that needs to be done, other technical analysis or something? Thank you, man.
Me, you're muted.
Yes, Martin. Okay, that will be all, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And thank you for asking your question. So it shows the class, like at least I wasn't just speaking to myself, like we're taking notes and we are clearly understanding what we are speaking about. So I want to check. Okay. So the first person, okay, I'm trying to, okay, so that I can. Okay, so the first person talk about what interest saving platform will you recommend? Okay, so first, I know because I didn't like speak so deeply about stock because stock is like a topic on its own. I just put it together, but I'm going to just quickly talk about one or two investing platform, and I'm going to be fast about this. So first, like I recommend, ensure every month you don't put your money in your bank account in a Nigerian, like in a local bank account. Let me use that word. And here is my reason. Leaving your money idle in a bank account is more like you're wasting your money. Let's say, for instance, you earn 100,000 every month, or you pay your rent, you're able to use 20, 30,000 to buy food. You don't need new clothing. You still have like 70,000. So putting this 70,000 idle in your Zenith Bank, in your GT Bank, in Access Bank is like you don't know what to do with the money because the time value of the money is wasting and the money is not being put to use. So I know I didn't clarify on that. So ensure that every month you put your money in an avenue that increase the wealth of that money. That money should be increasing. It shouldn't just be like commercial bank. Put it in any of the commercial bank. They're using your money to, like, yeah, they trade with your money. But whereas they are not, at the end of the month, check in 3 months, in 5 days, in 10 days, no interest is adding to your money. But there are different investment platforms where you can save and you can increase the like at least you can grow that money. There are different platforms. So we have the Optimus app, Optimus platform, we have the Bamboo, we have Rise, we have Piggyvest. But I'm going to limit this to the two, which I will explain the reason why I'm limiting it to these two. Right? So I'm going to limit to Piggyvest and Optimus app. Optimus is owned by Afrivest. Afrivest is an investment company that have been existing in Nigeria for over 20 years. So I'm talking about how safe your money can be. So Optimus is being managed by Afrivest. So which means Afrivest is an investment bank and they've been in existence for more than 20 years. So, and they are licensed by Security and Exchange Commission. So with this in mind, having this in mind, it should give you like some comfort over your money. Piggyvest is a fintech. Yeah, I know they have some SEC regulation, CBN and SEC regulation, even though I don't know details. But it's a Nigerian company and is a fintech. So, and they've been in existence for, I think, 5, 6, or 10 years. I think I don't know if it's up to 10 years, but I know it's been a while. So, which a lot of people have been using. So, it should give you like a comfort over your money. So, for instance, on Optimus app now, savings, so they have different platform. They have the flex, they have the savings, they have the lock. So if you're using the lock, the interest you earn on the lock is like 26% interest. And for lock, that means you are locking that money over a particular period of time. Let's say, for instance, you have 200,000 now, you don't need it now, and you need that money in December. Put it in lock. saving lock or be flex lock. I can't remember the exact name they call it. So once you lock that money, it shows that you won't have access to that money till December when you need it. Note that does not mean you cannot need it for emergency need. You can need it for emergency need, but if you are breaking it, let's say they say, oh, you are earning 26% interest per annum on that lock. So if you want to break it to need it today, you will lose part of that interest. I think 2.5. I know piggyvest is you lose 2.5% of the interest or something. I can't remember the exact again. So it actually encourages you to save. And they have the flex saving flex platform. So what the flex, I think the interest on the flex is like 20% interest. But per annum, notes, all this interest is not per month, it's not per day, it's per annum. That's for a year. Maybe another time we can do like a practical session. I will show you how this interest compound and what if you have 20%, if you have 10%, what it means to you as a person. So if you have, so for the flex you have 20% interest, but note on flex you can withdraw the money as much. For piggyvest you can withdraw it at least 3 times in a month for any emergency fund. So you use the flex to build your emergency funds. Maybe our money that you know, rather than putting this in a bank, let me put it here. If it is 1 naira, 2 naira, they are adding for to it is growing. But anytime I need it, I can take it. But the lock is, I want to lock this money. I don't need it. I need it in December. Let it grow very well. Then so those are the different savings platform. So another thing you can do on Optimus app. So Optimus app has like, they have like a feature for foreign stock, so you can buy foreign stock there. So like the Facebook I talk about, for a lot of us we use Facebook very well. You don't own one single stock in Facebook is a shame, because you are using it, they're actually making money from you, but you are not making money from them. For some of us now, I use Apple phone. So what will cost me? Like, why shouldn't I own Apple stock? If I'm using a product, I should be able to own the stock, because owning the stock means as much as they are earning from me too, I'm earning something from them. And like I said, owning foreign stock actually give you like a privilege to grow your wealth in dollar, to grow your wealth. I was speaking to a friend that got a phone like 3 months ago. So he wanted to get iPhone 15. And it was like, we know with the current exchange rates, we know the money, how much iPhone 15 costs. It does not have money. But he remembered that he bought Apple stock like 5 years ago. Was it 5 years or 4 years ago? As at the time he bought the Apple stock, I think the stock was around maybe $100 or 80. No, I think he said $20 or $30 or something. But as at the time he wanted to sell it, it's around $100 or 150. Like, it was very high. So selling the units of the stock was easy for him to buy iPhone 15. So what did he do? He was able to use the money. It was sorry. Okay, fine. As much I'm going to be very fast to say all these questions. I know it will keep bringing in more questions, but because I know we're managing time. So he was able to use the money he saved for Apple stock to buy Apple phone. That is financial goal. That is investment. That is saving. That is understanding the basics of savings. Not like you use your, imagine you are earning, you earn 500,000, you have to save, because I think he got the phone around 1.5 or 1.8 million. Imagine he's earning 500,000. He had to use his 3 months hard earned salary to buy the phone. That is foolishness, because he's not using it financial free. He's not using it. He's not planning his finances very well. But imagine, oh, okay, in 3 years time, now we know Apple is bringing iPhone 16 now. You know, in 4 years Apple will bring in iPhone 20, right? Oh, I want to buy iPhone 20 in 4 years time. Let me buy Apple stock now. Then in 4 years time I will sell it and use it to buy iPhone 20. That is financial goal. That is proper financial planning. And that is using your financial, like building a good and realistic financial goal. So there are a lot of, so on Optimus app, you can actually buy foreign stock. And the good thing about stock, which I did not mention, is once you buy stock now, you can, it's not compulsory that you, oh, I bought a stock, I want to hold that stock for 10 years, for 5 years. No, you can look forward to sell this stock in 2 years, in 3 years, if the need be. Like the person I was saying that bought Apple stock 5 years ago and sold it this year because they need money to buy stock. And also note that you can co-own shares. I mentioned then that Facebook stock now is around $500. But do you know if you have $5, you can co-own like 110 or be 120 of a single stock. So, and I am Optimus app actually help you to do this. On the app, you can be buying small. Let's say, oh, for instance, I want to buy Apple stock. Apple stock, a unit of Apple stock now costs $150. I have $10 I bought. Every day to the end of this, for the next 3 months, I just want to achieve 1 unit of stock. You can be buying 10 naira, 20 naira, 3 naira, 4 naira. You can do this on Optimus app until you are able to consolidate and you are able to buy a single stock. So it is called co-owning, like you're actually using the medium to co-own that stock. So another so like I said, you have up to Optimus, you have Bamboo to have a lot of foreign stock, you have rice, you have piggyvest. But the reason why I focus on Optimus and piggyvest is because they are local owned, they are Nigeria owned, and they are regulated by CBN by SEC. I know Bamboo and rice too does, but I don't know the extent to which. Then please, for every stock you want to do your due diligence. Ensure you do your rights research, you ask questions, get a finance expert or somebody that is very strong in the industry to like share your opinion or to do some analysis for you. Most of all these investment bank, like investment companies, they have like their financial experts that does like an analysis of stock. Like I talk about Optimus. Optimus is owned by Afrivest. Afrivest is an investment bank. Every month they have their financial experts. They tell you the stock that is sellable to invest in. Currently, over from last week, I know there have been like a downturn in foreign stock. A lot of them are coming down. But for the fact that it's coming down does not mean it remained there. So there are a lot of things that trigger it. There are a lot of factors that contributed to it. But as it's coming down, it's going up again. So maybe it's even a good time to buy if you are looking to buy. So a lot of all these investment banks actually do their deep financial due diligence, and they let you know what stock you should buy from, what are the pros, what are the cons, and all these things. So then the next thing is, what is e-finance? So e-finance is just like an electronic financial medium to like, it's just like an ICT for finance. It's like an electronic financial medium whereby you learn about finance, you put your finance to use, you understand your financial practice better. It's just like an electronic finance. The same we have e-money, anything like e-finance is just like an electronic finance. You know, I mentioned when I was talking about the finance indicator. So it's an electronic finance platform whereby you can learn from. It's like an ICT for finance. Then what can one do when he or she is unable to pay loan back? So I know I didn't really speak much about the debt management when I was talking about it. But one thing I want you to know, Anthony Joshua, like before taking a loan, ensure you have a means of paying back. Taking a loan does not just mean, oh, okay, I have a new business I want to do. I need like 1 million naira. Let me approach. There are even a lot of tech company or a lot of platform now that you can borrow from. There are a lot of them. They will even be the one pushing you, especially when they know you're a salary earner. You can get money in 24 hours. You can get money in 2 minutes. You can get money in. They sell it to you, and when you borrow it without proper planning, it's become difficult for you to pay back. They now start sending your email to all your phone contacts, all your WhatsApp contacts, all your family, putting you on different social media, creating issues for you because you can't pay back. So what I tell people is, if you want to borrow a loan taking, like I said, is an essential part of life because it shows you want to grow. But ensure what you want to borrow the loan for is for income generating. Don't take a loan to finance a lifestyle. Don't take a loan to impress people. Don't take a loan for somebody to know that you want this, but take a loan to earn more money so that you know you are paying back by your income or whatever you are generating from it. Take a loan to finance an investment. Take a loan to do a business. Take a loan to learn a skill that you can get money from. Take a loan to pursue an education course that you know is interest, is more money for you. Take a loan for something that you know that pays you back with inflow, with money, with income. So can a student who does not have a source of income be advised to take loan? No. Like you said, you are a student, you don't have a source of money. Why do you want to take loan? So I know I mentioned take a loan for studies, take a loan to go to school, take a loan to learn a skill. But note that while taking this loan, ensure you have a source of income. You can't take a loan without having no source of income. That's why I talk about how you different platforms to learn skills. As a student, I was reading a story someone posted that was last week on IG. She's the founder of Economy, is a fintech app. So it spotlights one of our employee, is a guy. So the guy started working. The guy is the one in charge of their design. He does all the designs they use for their publicity, for their PR, for everything they do. The guy knows a little about design when he joined them. But while he was with her, like she ensured that the guy take a lot of course, he does a lot of things just to increase his like whatever he knows. And as a result of what the guy was earning, note is a student. As I when he joined them, he was still as I want when he joined them, he was still a student. He has not even gone to school. He was able to go to school. He went to was it Babcock or one of these private university, graduated at the top of his class. And even he got a contract from the school to design the materials that they are using for the graduation. So what do I say? He is a student. Even if, as I when he was taking the course, while he was working with her, he was taking a loan, but he has something that is using to generate money. Learn a skill. Know that you have something that is giving you money, and then you can take a loan. You can't take a loan when you don't have a source to pay back. Then I was researching about stock. I was told I need a stockbroker to buy stock. How effective can a young person go? It depends on who you are approaching. So right now there are different platforms for you to buy stock without even needing a stockbroker. Like I said, for instance, let's say you want to use the Optimus app. You can use the Optimus app to buy stock without needing a stockbroker. And if you are buying stock on Optimus app, most of the stock you can buy yourself is foreign stock. Also, I just talked about Fidelity back stock. I think it closed. Okay, they said they extended it for 2 months. So if you want to invest in Fidelity Bank stock, for instance, you don't need a stockbroker to buy. Just walk to any Fidelity Bank, fill the form. Minimum you can buy is 9,950 for 1,000 units. Fill the form, and boom, you are a shareholder. You are a stockholder. You are a shareholder in Fidelity. GT Bank too is doing. GT Bank is 44 naira per stock. Minimum is 100. You can minimum is 100 stock. That's like 1,000 naira. So you don't need a stockbroker to buy. So I know a lot of banks, Access Bank, FCMB. I've been seeing a lot of them. Even MTN sold their stock like was it 2 or 3 years ago? And every year they've been selling. If you still want to buy, you can buy. So you don't need to open an account with Fidelity. You don't need to open an account with GT Bank to buy stock from them. You don't need to open an account with any of these banks to buy stock. Just walk to them or say, "Oh, I want to buy a stock." You can ask your question. Oh, like I invested in the Fidelity Bank stock, and before I did, I asked a lot of questions. I checked. Fine, I'm a financial expert. I know where I can get all whatever I'm looking for. I have access to their financials. I can download their 3 years financial to see their performance, to do some analysis and see if it's worth it. But if you know you can't go through that length, you can always ask question. Then can you please suggest foreign stock and what firm in Nigeria you can use to buy that? Like I said, you can buy foreign stock from Optimus app, and there are a lot of them. They spotlight stock you can buy. There is Apple, there is Meta. Meta is also Facebook. There is which other one? Any like it's different. It's a lot of it. Like I can't think of a lot now, but they spotlight good ones for you to buy, and you can even okay. So what does Rise App does? Rise App actually get money from you to trade in real estate and ETF, real no, not even ETF, real estate in US, in foreign, mostly in US. So once you own a stock, once you own a stock in Once you own a stock in, you buy a stock through Rise app, that means you are owning a stock in USA. That means, okay, for instance, let's say you're able to invest 500, $200 in Rise app. That means you have a stock worth $200 in real estate in the US, because they use your money mostly for foreign stock, for real estate foreign stock. And most of all this app, but like I said, do your due diligence. I know there was a time Bamboo and Rise have like some issue with CBN, but they are able to lift all those restrictions. So please do your due diligence before you use any of this app. But the reason why I emphasize on, let me limit it to Optimums and Piggyvest is this most of them are duly registered in Nigeria, and they actually focus more on they do foreign stock, but they have like a good legal representation or legal entity in Nigeria. um Piggyvest used to open, so Piggyvest have like an investment forum whereby you invest as low as 5,000, 10,000, 3,000. Like, okay, for Piggyvest app, I know it's divided into, they have the flex, they have the law. You can even save in dollars. You can save in dollars both on Optimus and Piggyvest. And you earn, I think on Piggyvest, you can save in dollar and earn at an interest of 7%. I talk about the Naira 20%, then lock 26%. But in dollar, you earn at as high as 7%. And you can use your Naira to buy dollar. You can use your own Naira. Let's say you put in money from your Naira account, then you convert it to buy in dollar, and your interest is growing in dollar. So as dollar is growing, dollar is now 1.6. You have money somewhere in dollar, and that money is still growing at an interest rate. It's not as if it's with you. Because if you have dollar in cash, that money is idle. It's not doing anything for you. You are just keeping it to say, oh, maybe when dollar blow to 2,000, I will sell. But if you put it somewhere and that money is growing, even if dollar fall, you are not losing because that money is growing at an interest. So when you learn the theory of compounding, it actually encourages you to want to save, because oh, whatever money I have is growing, is increasing, and I have more money. Thank you. I hope I've answered everybody's
Thank you.
question.
I'd already said that I even wanted us to wrap this up. Thank you so much. With a round of applause for our amazing faculty today. Please, in a round of applause. I was going to say, Piggyvest, all those people you're mentioning, they need to pay you for adverts because just marketed them freely. Please, this is not financial advice, like they always write there. You still need to do your due diligence if you get on any of those platform, so that you won't come back and say, we were advised to. Because I see Anthony Joshua saying he's going to Fidelity Bank tomorrow. Please, that's your decision, not the Nexus decision. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, and thanks for your time. Because of time, I'll just invite one person to please give our faculty vote of thanks today. One person, anybody, quickly. Let's do this.
Everybody, my name is Anthony Joshua Eze. On behalf of the Pro Allah and the Nexters, I want to say a very big thank you to you, our faculty, Madam Maomi Akinwade. Thank you for the exposure to the basic finance young professionals and students. You've you've taught us so much that we will go back from this class knowing what to do on growing our finances, how to properly manage or get our budget, and then manage our spendings, and just to grow our finances. Thank you so much. We do not take this for granted. We say thank you from all of us who are alive. Thank you, ma.
Thank you. Thank you too. Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you, everyone. Yep.
All right. Thank you so much for me. I really appreciate this. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the knowledge. And we'll come back for more. There's so much that you can share, really. And we'll look forward to having you in subsequent session. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I'm happy to be here. Like, thank God we're able to get a good internet towards the end because it was straight initially. But happy to be here. Thank you. Thanks for the learning, and I hope to come back. All right.
Hearing.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thanks a lot. Okay. So you can leave us now and then we'll just wrap this call up very quickly. So we'll take few announcements and then we would call this a close. My apologies that I think this meeting extended all the way to 2 hours. So yeah, we had mentioned that this would be our maximum. So I think we should just wrap up. Please take the announcement, Grace, and every other announcement will be done in the classroom. Please keep your eye for that. For those who did not attend their one-on-one session yesterday, sorry, I'm not rebooking. Don't send me any emails. I'm not rebooking. For those who have today, please, it will just be these few minutes. Immediately we finish this, we'll jump on the call. Yeah. Back to you, Grace.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. Just a reminder that there's an assignment due for submission today in the classroom. So kindly check and ensure that you have submitted your group assignment. And also to encourage engagement on our social platforms for those that have not been doing so and to appreciate those that have been. Also a reminder that after absence from the sessions for 3 times without any prior knowledge or information, you'll be out of the court. Even as we it's like our eyes are on the end, right? Because we are wrapping up. Let's not lose the enthusiasm and commitment. Let's still continue to give it our best. And continuing on the financial classes, our Friday class will be on financial knowledge still, and it will be on basic investment. So look out for the class and build your enthusiasm. Don't come that day and then we're trying to stir you up to, oh, what are you looking forward? What are you looking forward? From now to Friday is enough time for you to act on what you have learned today and also to prepare your hearts for the next class. As like I mentioned, as we are wrapping up with the core to one of the Nexus Community Power Skills training, we'll be doing something more like a documentary for this particular cohort. So cohort members are expected to do a brief video explaining their impact story. More details on this will be put in the Google Classroom because of the want of time. And then if there are any questions, I would be willing, as well as the Pro team, will be willing to answer and take it up from there. The feedback form is in the chat. We want you to please don't just say it was fine, I enjoyed the class. A class like this, we know that you have key takeaways, specific things you learned, specific things you want to put to practice, specific things, that kind of thing is what we want to see in the feedback form. So kindly fill the feedback form and let us know that you have done that by putting done in the chat box. And yet, thank you again. And I think we'll be wrapping up the session if there's nothing else from Janice and Opsayo. Thank you, ma.
All right, so I think I would like to just mention a few things, just touch a little on what we just talked about. So this whole topic on financial, literacy and all of that, I would like to implore everybody to take it very seriously. The truth is, when you are young, you feel that you are young and so you have enough time. But the truth is, the earlier you start this thing, the better, because you won't know, you grow old very fast, very fast. And then you start realizing that, oh, I should have done this earlier. So it's always good to take advantage of these things very early, at a very early stage. You really want to, enjoy this life to the fullest. So please, let's try all these things we've listened to, we've heard today. Let's begin to practice them. Let's see how we can invest. And please prepare for Friday's class, the build up of this one, like, an advanced one. So please, don't just listen. Make sure that you put them into practice, invest for your own good, right? We want to see all of you financially independent, doing well as soon as possible. So that's
Thank you, Janice. Thank you. Is there anything from you, Anne or Busayo? Okay, if there's none, I think we can bring the session to a close now. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And then see you in class by Friday. Bye.